Hello, welcome to Saga Network Sports. I'm Nate Polite.
And I'm Alex McClung.
Super Bowl's here. Super Bowl 53. New England Patriots, Los Angeles Rams this weekend was wild. 2 overtime games in the conference championships. And,
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it, honestly. These past 2 games we had over the weekend were pretty intense, not gonna lie.
they were both very intense. I'm not too hyped about it. The 2 teams that I wanted to win and make it. I wanted to see Saints Chiefs as the 2 teams I wanted to go. Obviously, you're happy.
Yeah, big Patriots fan, but I'm pretty sure the Saints fans aren't too happy themselves.
Oh,
though.
God, no. We'll get to that a little bit later. We'll talk about the games a little bit. The Saints play the Rams, though. I think a lot of people felt, us included, that the Saints would just kind of run away with the game.
Yeah.
I felt that Goff would not play well. He really impressed me.
Oh, yeah.
I was a huge stage for him. And I think that he's shown that he could be a force to be reckoned with in the Super Bowl. If not this year, definitely years down the line. That's going to be a great team. Sean McVay is probably the next Bill Belichick.
Oh, yeah.
So
for sure.
I think that that's really going to be a big thing in the coming years. I think watch out for the Rams even this year as well.
Yeah.
Patriots versus Chiefs.
Patriots versus Chiefs. Well, that game started out with the Patriots having the upper hand, thinking that I thought the Patriots were just gonna.
14-0.
Yeah, by halftime it was 14-0.
They're gonna run away with that,
Patrick Mahomes his stats were nothing, but starting to have, he was like a whole different quarterback. He came out, passing, like short passes, bang, 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 getting yards.
And I really like Tony Romo's analogy when he said that the Chiefs are like the Golden State Warriors. So be up by 5 and you got a comfortable lead, and they'll come in just boom, 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 boom with that quick strike offense. Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes, and then all of a sudden you lose. That's what happened with New England.
Yeah.
They went down 21-17 pretty quickly in the second half.
Yep, and then oh my gosh, that game later though, end of fourth quarter, I was on my toes.
There was like 3 minutes left, and it was 24-21 Chiefs.
Both teams scored,
and
there was only 3 minutes left.
And there were 17 points scored in the last 3 minutes. It was absolutely insane.
But I just want to say both defenses were pretty gassed out by the end of the end of overtime, end of fourth quarter, because that game day was a completely defensive game.
Especially early, and then they just kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
One thing that game has brought into question is the NFL overtime rules.
Yeah.
Because that game, Tom Brady's been in 3 overtime games in the playoffs, and he's won them all with touchdowns on the first drive. And it's pretty well known that there's this semi-sudden death thing. A lot of fans are starting to complain, and I think it's more because the Patriots benefited off of it again, and not a lot of people like the Patriots except for him because he's weird. But I think this is a good discussion point, because is this the right rule? Should the other team have a chance to go and score? Because I think...
Well, yeah, both teams do have a chance to score, but it's also the fact that whoever gets the ball first, they have a higher chance of scoring than the other team.
All right.
Because... So let's just say this. So, for example of fourth quarter, right? Patriots had the ball at the end of the fourth quarter,
right?
And went into overtime. Defense was already the Kansas City defense was already tired. Then they had to go into overtime with more defense, new set of downs and everything. So they were you could see that Kansas City was completely gassed out.
Yeah,
and I feel like it would be the exact same way for the Patriots if they were out there too.
I mean, how many times did they convert on 3rd and 10?
Yeah,
on that drive?
exactly.
I mean, it's something that I think is a really good discussion point. I personally think they should adopt the one that they have in college, except you could see certain games, like potentially even this one, there's no end.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that game would have probably, with the college rule, probably would have looked like LSU versus Texas A&M, with the score being like 74-72 late in the game.
Let's talk about players for that game.
For that game, Julian Edelman, not great. Rob Gronkowski made some big plays. I know he's kind of struggled a bit. Tom Brady, obviously, great as always. And also for the Rams, Jared Goff. Brandon Cooks off. Greg Zuerlein.
Oh, yeah.
2 for 2 extra points and 4 for 4 on field goals. Didn't anything to me. He nailed 2 from 50 plus.
Oh, yeah.
And the 2 biggest kicks of the game. He tied the game, won the game in a dome with all that crowd noise. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, and the fact that it was a bad snap, too. At the end of the game, he still made it. It was crazy. That was completely crazy. But also that that play at the end of the game, when the Saints had the ball and that missed pass interference call by the refs.
Yeah, that game.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised about
late
that.
Fourth quarter, it was 3rd and short. Drew Brees throws one to Tommy Lee Lewis, and Roby Coleman just runs into him blatantly, boom, like full force.
Yeah.
Runs into him in the head, and
missed call. It was just a missed call.
It wasn't called. I mean, you can see when he gets up, he's looking for the pass interference call. Roby Coleman is, and it's not there.
And let's just say that play right there summed up the game because without that call, that's why the Rams won the game. But with that call, the Saints would have been on like a 1 yard line.
Saints get a first down, and they can run the clock down to like 4 seconds.
Exactly.
And they can kick a field goal. And it'd be a chip shot for Will Lutz, and that would have made it like 26-20 at that point.
Yep.
And
that didn't happen.
Chance for the Rams. I know a lot of people are saying, oh well, the refs missed a lot of other calls. Personally, I think I kind of like how the refs have been calling the playoff games. They've been a little bit more lenient. They've been letting the receivers get in people's faces.
That game, that Saints and Rams game, there was a lot of hard hitting, and I was really surprised that the refs let that happen. I like that. That's actual football right there.
But that play with Roby Coleman is.
Oh yeah, that was an exceptional ball.
I feel like we saw very different officiating in the Rams vs Patriots game.
Yeah.
And like I'm not trying to be that guy because no one likes that guy.
Yeah.
But from what I saw early in that, or most of the game that I watched right there, it looked like there were a lot. I can't see how it was a lot of stuff, and of course a lot of it was ticky tacky. But one that I really want to look at is this roughing the passer on Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Is put his hand in his face really is all it was, and it's not a very big fan of that call.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about predictions.
All right, I'll let you go first. Take it away, Rams.
All right.
Pats, Super Bowl.
Obviously I'm gonna have to go with my humble team, the Patriots, because I've been a Patriots fan for almost all of my life. I really think that the game's gonna be a good game, but as I saw that the Rams, they didn't play as I know, like the Rams that started the season and the Rams that finished the season are, I think, that are two completely different teams. And I think going against a veteran team like the Patriots, I think that the Patriots are going to actually be able to beat them. But I think it's going to be a great game. For MVP, I'm either going to say that Tom Brady is going to come out. If the Rams are winning, he's going to come back in the fourth like he always does.
Yeah.
Or Julian Edelman, the past two games against Kansas City and the Chargers, he completely went off.
Right.
Julian Edelman, the end of the last game, he recovered 3rd and 10 like every single time. He was Tom Brady's number one receiver that game, and I think he's going to make a good influence.
Yeah, probably going to be a quarterback, Tom Brady.
Oh yeah.
My pick, the way the season has gone, about 4 or 5 weeks, maybe 6, 7 into the season, we thought there are 4 teams that are really good right now: Patriots, Rams, Saints, Chiefs. Yeah. If we get later in the season, those teams kind of start to falter. You got other teams, the Ravens, the Chargers, the Texans, the Colts, even the Eagles, right? You're like, maybe one of those teams is going to make it to the playoffs. But lo and behold, the 4 teams that we thought were going to be great are still great.
Yeah.
They were the final 4, and then you go back to before the season, a lot of people were saying it's probably going to be Rams and Patriots in the Super Bowl. And what do we see here? Rams, Patriots in the Super Bowl. And so my pick here is going to go back to that, because in the start of the season, there was one team that made tons of moves in the offseason, and it was like them right there as your Super Bowl champions. That team's the Los Angeles Rams. And last year, remember, we thought that the Patriots were going to get, it was Nick Foles in the Super Bowl. The Patriots are easily going to win that. Eagles come in and win. I'm taking the Rams, and for my MVP, I'm going to take C.J. Anderson as my MVP. He's really gone off. These 4 games that he's been running, even with Todd Gurley lineup, he's gotten more yards than Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley's not been utilized a whole bunch. Yeah. So I think that he's definitely going to have a big game. And he feasts against New England as well. Let's be real here. Remember that 2015 season with Denver?
Yeah.
He had that big overtime run to win the game in, week 13, week 14?
Mm-hmm.
And then in the AFC Championship that year, he played really well against New England. So I think C.J. Anderson is able to go off against New England. Sean McVay may or may not outcoach Belichick, but I think that the Rams are going to do just enough.
About that.
And it might come down to Greg Zuerlein's leg again. But I think the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl.
Alrighty.
All right. We'll see. You got 2 weeks until the Super Bowl.
February 3rd, 2019.
Yeah.
That's the day.
I'm Nick Polite.
I'm Alex McCoy.
Thank you for watching Saga Network Sports.